Hi everybody and welcome back to the Buff Life. Thanks so much for watching. How are you guys all doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Today I'm coming to you about a subject that is happening right now. Let me just explain some things to you so that way you kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I live in the state of Texas, and in the state of Texas, if you are disabled, you qualify for certain benefits, and then there's other programs that you can qualify for. So whenever you're going up for a transplant, they want to make sure you have another coverage, which is called the Texas Kidney Care Program. And basically what that does is it helps pay for medications and like visits to the doctor after your transplant. So they like for you to have that in place because some people have private insurance, some people have Medicare, and depending on what your insurance covers, they want like that other part to cover the remaining portion for you, which is actually a benefit to you as well, so it's not as much coming out of your pocket, which is great and fine. But with certain programs, there's always these things, these hurdles that you have to get over in order to get these particular benefits in place. So I'm going to talk to you today about something that's going on currently with me. So when you apply for Texas Kidney Care, usually your social worker at your dialysis unit applies for you, and you bring them the documentation that you need. So I've done that already. I've given the documentation that was required for the application, and the social worker has turned all that in and everything. And so now my answer back from the Texas Kidney Care program is basically saying that I was denied. So my question, the social worker emailed me and told me that it was denied because, and here's the reason they're saying, it was denied because my signature from 13 years ago was illegible. They couldn't read it. So I'm taking a deep breath with that because it's just very frustrating, because if you're looking at a document from 13 years ago that has been photocopied and photocopied and photocopied, it may not be eligible or legible, legible. So, but it really what's discerning about the process is that the same documentation has been provided to the actual governmental programs who have no problems with any of the paperwork and can visibly see everything. But when it gets to you, a program that is needed here in Texas by someone, you're suddenly saying you can't see a signature, and it's from 13 years ago. Why are you looking at documents from 13 years ago? I'm not really sure, because I'm like, this is a condition you can't fake. You have they get your medical history and everything, and there's nothing in it to indicate that you're faking. So a signature from 13 years ago that you can't visibly see seems very, very minute. So that's when you went through every bit of the part of reviewing your documents, and everything else is fine. They just can't see a signature from 13 years ago. And then they say, well, we need that document from 13 years ago that you know from 13 years ago you probably don't have, because nobody hardly ever does that. And if you call the facility that you were at 13 years ago that did the document, they might not have it either. So that's what the funny part of it all is. This is little things like that that they do to try to keep you and stop you from doing things that they want. So if I wasn't like the person that knew how benefits and medical and all that worked, I would probably just feel very defeated. But I don't, because I called them and I was like, so you're telling me that the paperwork that we submitted to you, that the government has accepted, you can't, because you can't see a signature. It's funny that the government can see it, but you can't. So these programs are also designed to not give you coverage, because then if they can disqualify you, then that's less people that they have to cover, right? So when I said that to him, I said, well, let's pull up the document and tell me if you can read it, because I'm pretty sure you can read it. And he's like, yeah, I do see your signature. I said, so basically what you're telling me is you declined my benefit because you're saying you can't see a signature on a form from 13 years ago that you can see on the computer, but someone else can't see. So is that my problem because they can't visibly see it? Or is it their problem because you can see it? And he was like, I'm sorry, and he apologized to me, but then he said, let's just do this, so this way they can't say that there's no signature. Let's submit this other form, which basically your doctor just signs off on, okay? I'm like, okay. So I was still upset, but I called back to the social worker, and before I called the social worker, I asked the gentleman at the Texas Kidney Care Program. He said those forms are right on our website when you go to apply, and the social worker should know about them. So I called the social worker, and I told him about the form, and he said, okay, he's going to go on, get the form, fill it out. And it just so happened that my doctor is going to be in the office today. So I'm trying to coordinate that. So that's kind of like something that's been kind of taking up my time for the last couple of days. So I wanted to explain that to you because I was going to be blogging about my food and what I was eating. But I've just been so consumed with medical issues that I've kind of like been on the back burner. Although I've maintained and stayed on it, I've had fish. I did eat some fish last night, some codfish, which is still a part of what I was going to do anyway because I needed to supplement my protein as well as the shake, the whey protein shake. So I did have fish last night with some fries. It was delicious from a place called Krabby Daddy's. They've always had good fish, but here's where that problem kicks in. So I'm eating it and it's really good, and I look down and there's a hair in my plate. Can you believe that? A hair. It was like, I was like, what is this? I'm showing my friend Carlos, who I was with, and I'm showing him the piece of hair, and it's like this little piece of hair, and I'm like, what does that look like? And he's looking at it, he's like, it looks like hair. I was like, okay. So I'm not imagining this. And you can tell it was from somebody who had like a lighter color hair, and it was like, I don't know, but it was really, really gross. They ended up taking that off. And it wasn't that I was asking for that. I guess I was like, what does that look like to you? And he said, here, I'm so sorry. So apparently he went back. We didn't ask for it, but apparently the waiter went back and he got it removed from the bill. And that's not even what we were looking for because I really actually enjoyed the fish up until that point. That was kind of a downfall, but I did get 2 additional pieces to take home with me because they are delicious. If you've ever been in Houston and you've been at Krabby Daddy's, they have really good fish. Now, I did try their mussels. Not their mussels. Actually, I'm sorry. It was crab. It was crab with white wine sauce, and it was nasty. They didn't clean the crabs properly, so it still had that gritty sand in it. And it was just, they were very, like I've had much better clams in other places. So that's just a dish I just won't be having. But definitely, if you're in the Houston area, check them out. But back to this medical aid thing. So I did all that and got through that process. So now I'm in the waiting process again to see whether or not if I'm going to get this coverage. Okay, so with that part of it, then there's if without that coverage, there are certain medications apparently in the state of Texas, and I'll do that because it's only the state of Texas that it's happened to me in, where they don't want to cover medications, certain medications that are highly expensive. Okay, I get that, but if these are medications that help keep this person from having their kidney reject, and you pay for dialysis, but you don't want to pay for medication, which is cheaper than dialysis, it just doesn't seem to come together right. So in the state of Texas, they don't want to cover certain benefits for that. They don't want to cover certain medications. As if I were living in another state, i.e. California and Florida, those particular medications would be covered under health plans there. So this is the kind of thing, I think the common thing that we all run into being on a dialysis or even having any type of disability. These are the things that you run into. You get plans that don't want to cover certain things, and it goes so deep within your heart because you're like, okay, I am just trying to live. I'm not asking for excessive things. I'm not asking for you to go pay my rent, but I'm asking to just be alive. Now, with you trying to do all that, on top of that, with that stress level, you also have to deal with the fact that you still have to maintain your health through all of this, mental, physical, and emotional health, and the process of trying to just get medical coverage so that it will cover you after your transplant so that your kidney will not be rejected from your body, therefore you can survive. And it just seems like it takes so much to just fight to try and stay alive. Now, I see why certain people just give up because they put you through so many hurdles as if you don't have enough hurdles in your life to jump through. They put you through so many more. and you find yourself on a daily basis fighting to just stay alive, outside of the fact of you fighting to stay alive on your own with your health. So it's just, it becomes cumbersome. It becomes to the point where you just get mad and you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You're just tired of it, and you just can give up if you're not a positive person and you don't have those reinforcements around you. So when you hear people that are going through health problems and they just say, I'm tired, I totally understand what they mean when they say they're tired, because it is so taxing on you. It is so taxing. And then on top of that, you not only are worrying about now if you're going to have health coverage for something, but then you have to do your treatments or whatever you're doing to maintain your health-wise. But your mental health is affected, because on top of that, you still have your bills to pay. You still have all these other things to worry about. So some things become very small, and some things are just blown out of proportion because of the mental state that you become. So when I was, just in general, when I first got diagnosed with this condition, it was like, it didn't hit me hard until like the second year, where I was just so tired of the struggle. And at any point during that year, I could have just had a breakdown and left it, and just given up. But there is something I think that has been instilled in me from the beginning, that I have to fight. I have to fight for everything that I get. I have to fight to live every day. And not just your regular waking up and getting out and going to work and doing. I'm talking about literally fight to stay alive with people that are just out there that's supposed to be helping you, that are fighting against you to keep you down. It's so many things that I have been through just moving to the state of Texas that I would not wish on an enemy. If you are in my situation and you're on dialysis and you come to Texas, think about it twice. That's all I can tell you, because it's here where you're going to meet a lot of just constant battles to try and get the things that you are entitled to get. And you have to just consistently go over the same things. And if for some reason here, I don't know if it's just the way they've set their healthcare system up here, but people here tend not to want to believe anything you're saying. You can give them all the documentation, and they'll find some reason to not give you what you're supposed to be getting. But then what makes you so angry is people that you know are lying will get those benefits. And you're like, wow, I'm really in need of these benefits at the moment, meaning like healthcare. That's my main concern, is my healthcare, because I'm trying to stay alive. So when you're getting denied services because of someone else's own emotional things that they're going through, it's rough on you, because you're like, wait a minute, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I have everything in line now, because you're having a bad day. Now it's my problem. So, it's just rough. It's rough dealing with it. So this whole Texas kidney care thing, it's just another roadblock until you have to fight through, and you have to have that strength to keep going. And you can only hope that you surrounded yourself with good people that's going to encourage you. And if not, like me, I don't really have a lot of people around me. I keep myself inspired through passion and wanting to be alive and wanting to be healthy and wanting to have a better life. So that's what's working for me. But it has consumed me for the last couple of days here, because I'm just like, when is it going to stop? When is the battle to just do the right thing and what is supposed to be happening happen without any interference and just smoothly go through? And it never seems to work out smooth, no matter what it is. It could just be something very simple and it will not work out. I don't know what it is. But I'm still a very positive person, and I just want to share that bit with you guys. I want to thank you for listening. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to comment below. Absolutely do not forget to click the subscribe button. And if you like this, please make sure you click the like button. The more you share, the more you like, the better it is. And the more videos that I'm going to put out, that just inspires me to do more. So until that day when I actually get a chance to get back, which is going to be tomorrow, or hopefully the next, probably tomorrow I'll be vlogging again. I will start putting all the video in that of the food that I've eaten, because I've actually have videotaped the food that I've been eating. I just have not loaded it up. So I do apologize for that, but I will be putting that up so that you can see the ones that I do have, and that way you can see. And basically I can just tell you right now, it's not a great amount of things, because I'm the kind of person that when I cook for a couple of days so that I can eat that for a couple of days, so I don't have to do it every day. So sometimes I know I had spaghetti with meatless meatballs. I don't know if you've ever had those, but I've had that twice in a row, and I had fish, and then I had I want to say I had I know I had sweet potatoes. I had squash, butternut squash, and I think I had some brown rice with that. But it's been good so far, and I've been finding that the food is more, you find more choices of food as not eating meat than you do as I think is vegan, because I haven't explored the whole vegan thing. So right now the vegetarian thing is working for me. I haven't had any cravings for any meat or anything like that yet. And this is the first week, so I haven't had any cravings because I've been getting my protein through the fish, through a protein shake. So it's going pretty good so far. I don't feel any different yet. So hopefully, it will start making a big difference. I don't have high blood pressure or anything like that, so I don't really, I don't know how it's going to benefit that, but maybe it is affecting that. So I've been watching it. It's pretty much the same. No high blood pressure. No real changes. But when I come back to you on the next video, I do have something I want to show you guys that a product that I'm using that I really like a lot. And there might be a lot of people using it. I don't know, but I'm just going to share it with you. So until the next time when we see each other, please take care and good health to you. And thanks so much for tuning into The Buff Life. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Okay? Take care. Bye.
Yeah, no, no, no.